Welcome to another quick tips. Now, it's very hot in Portugal, and some of the Portuguese friends ask me how can I test my electrical fans on the outside of the car and also on the inside. Some problem with their AC, they don't know where the problem comes from. So I'll try to explain very quickly how can you test several things with just one light bulb and two wires. This test here is not just for Alfa Romeos or Fiats or whatever. Every car that runs on electricity, electrical systems, this test is valid for all of the cars. In the case of the Alfa 156, first thing you have to do is to take out this cover here. This cover is very important to be here because of what I tell you about the video of the Immobilizer. Some of the relays here are for powering the various units. Once you take out this cover, you will discover 2 or 3 main big relays. These big relays, on my case, I don't know by heart, and I will not check the electrical system diagrams. Let's imagine I don't have them, so I can show you how can you see what is what. In here we'll have a relay for the AC compressor, another for the small fan, and another for the big one, the big fan. I don't know if it is the order, but I think so. Let's check it out. How can we discover what is what? The first thing that you want to do is to take out these relays. If they have the same part number, you can switch them around. There is not a problem. But if you are thinking you have a problem with the relay, if you switch it around, you can have a problem in another system. So for now, let's switch them. Let's take it out. Let's take out the relays and put them in the place that we can see it. So guys, let's see here with this piece of wire, what does this terminals do? As I said in the video of my 155 and the problem with the horns, the relay is a big switch, and we have to feed the big switch with 12 volts right here. And then you would close these 2 main proms here. So let's close that terminals with this piece of wire. You have to see where is the terminals go, of course. And let's see here. Sorry, this with just one hand is kind of tough. You insert a terminal in there, another one in there. Try to. In this one, both of the fans spin at maximum speed. On the third one, both fans spin at minimum speed. In the middle, only the small fan runs at maximum. Okay, my fans are a little wobbly. Now, in this way we are sure that the problem is not on the fans, is not on the fuses, it's not on the wiring. And now we only have to know if we have 12 volts to feed our relays. That is not difficult to do, but we have to be patient, okay? You have to have 12 volts here, 12 volts here, and there, and there. On the connector side, of course. So can you see? You only have to connect those 2 wires in here to a lamp and repeat the process on the 3 connectors. Now you want to turn on your car, and you can do one of 2 things. You turn on your AC and see if because the AC will turn on the fans, okay? And see if the light goes on, or you can heat up your car and see if the fans kick in to refrigerate the antifreeze. And of course, I could buy a new relay or test these relays, but as we seen on my Alfa 155 about the horn, I tested my relays on a machine 5 times, and the machine said the relay was okay, and it really was not. In this way as well, if you buy a new relay, it can be broken. Or if you don't have, and I can do a future video about this, if you don't have the signal here, you can have only the lack of positive or negative. And this way we can start to diagnose the system. Now this is very interesting. I didn't notice that this car does this. If you take out the relays, it will assume a lack of continuity, a lack of resistance, and will switch up the other relays, in that way turning on the fans. Now the only way to see if the signal reaches the relay is to do this with your multimeter, because it has a very low consumption. You cannot, the system does not see the extra consumption of this multimeter. I did try it with a 5-watt lamp, and it still, it did not like it. We have here the signal from the ECU of the engine, of course. It is the ECU that controls the air conditioning. And here you can see the signal coming in to the relay, and the relay, as we saw, the power part of the relay was good on the first test. If in this way we have 13 volts and without that shunt, the fan kicks in, the problem, of course, it is in your relay. The main thing you have to see here is the actual state of the pins, the sockets in here. It has to be absolutely flawless, no problems whatsoever. They have to be really, really, really good, because you have here the exhaust for your battery, and gases go for here. If you don't have that cover, those pins here will rotten very, very, very quickly. So be careful with all of these conditions. I talk on my video about the Immobilizer. There is no relay for the Immobilizer. What we have here is a series of relays that feed your control unit, your EBS, your whatever. And if you have a lack of communication because of one or more units that don't turn on, you will have lack of communication, and then you will have errors on your display. The AC compressor, I found here that the relay for the AC compressor is this red one. The location is this one, in this car, of course. And I can do the test of the shunt. Listen. Okay, now I see that the compressor is good, the electrical part of the compressor. All the wiring is good until this point. And now the only thing I have to see, if the same thing, if 12 volts reaches here, these two proms, in there, in there, there, in there, okay? If the light turns on, okay, I have signal from my ECU, and the problem, again, is the relay. But, as always, beware of the condition of the connectors. So, this is the relay for the compressor pump of the AC. In the same way that these three relays are connected to the ECU, so is this one. So it is also impossible to see with the lamp up here if the system has the signal. The unit will recognize a problem with the relays and it will deactivate the signal. So once again, I have here the signal to close this relay here, and I did the test as you saw on the compressor clutch. So on this part, it's done. Guys, this here is very funny to test. We have here our climate controls, and here I have a Yatur. He's very, very cool. And here, up here, I have the plug that goes to the ventilator for the AC, for example. And I disconnected the plug and connected my lamp. This time it will work, I promise you. We have here a small quantity of air. Look at the lamp. And I will increase the velocity that I want. Look at the brightness. It's augmenting. Okay. Full blast. What does this mean? This means when you have the full brightness of the lamp down there, it means that the command for this control unit is good. It means that you have a problem with your blower. If your blower does not work at any speed, and you do this test with a lamp, the problem is your blower, and the blower may be bad because of the lack of maintenance of your air filters, your cabin air filters, because more dust and more force is needed to pull the air, and it heats up a lot more, because this motor is refrigerated by the air that passes through him. Now, if you don't have any light whatsoever, you have to dig a little bit more and see if you are lacking negative or positive. But for that test, I will do a video just by itself, okay?